Greeting to everyone present. My name is Florence Taudam and I'm going to deliver short speech about plastic pollution. Plastic is a human-made, synthetic and expensive polymer which was first produced in 1907 by Leo Baekeland. Plastic replaced many metal-based objects like machine parts, pipes, etc. The use of plastic has become so widespread since then that today more than 300 tons of plastics are produced every year. Plastic is a non-biodegradable substance due to its huge amount of plastic products and its non-destructible nature. The amount of plastic keeps on increasing every day. Plastic is tremendously hazardous for all living animals and for the biosphere. There is no place left on the planet where there is no trace of plastic. The traces of plastics are toxic. Animals, including us, cannot digest plastic. Animals cannot differentiate food from plastic and are eventually lead to their death due to building up of plastic in the body. The only way to stop the damage on Mother Nature is by stopping the use of plastic. I would like to request everyone to try and use alternatives for plastic products and recycle the one already in use. Thank you.
When we talk about reducing our waste, it means to make a smaller amount of garbage. We often use something once and then get rid of it. When we reuse something, we find ways to use it again. Designing items like plastic bottles in ways that use less material is another way to reduce consumption. Using steel cutlery instead of plastic utensils, buying used goods, mending clothes instead of buying new ones, and consuming less electricity are all examples of ways you can reduce in your own life. Budgeting can also help you reduce resource consumption. If you are thinking about a new computer, but your old computer works well, save up your money little by little until you can afford a new one without getting a credit card payment plan. Turning off lights when you're not in the room, unplugging electronics when not in use, and fixing drippy faucets are other ways to reduce your consumption of essential resources. So, here are some useful tips where we can reduce the amount of waste you produce. When shopping, keep in mind the amount of packaging material you are buying and having to toss out. The majority of shops are even getting on board, offering a bin of beans, popcorn, seeds, and nuts to buy in bulk. So make sure you recycle what can be recycled. Carpooling, walking, taking public transportation can make more of an impact than you think. Not only do you save on gas, but you reduce the amount of emission that are polluting our air quality. Some of us have a bad habit of throwing away things when we are cleaning our home or workspaces. Instead of throwing out, we can also donate it to a donation center or in any needy places. Print on both sides to reduce how many pages you print on. Bring your own silverware and reusable napkins when eating lunch at work. The majority of people don't realize that food waste rots in landfill and releases methane, a greenhouse gas that contributes to global warming. Thank you.
The second R of waste hierarchy is reuse. If you have a bag full of old things that are not in use, then you can find out a way to reuse these thrown away things. The reuse of old stuff can reduce waste and does not affect the waste hierarchy. If you do not have any use of any of these thrown away items, then you can also donate it to poor people. The primary purpose of reusing old things is to minimize the amount of waste, whether you do it on your own through modifications or you donate it to someone needy. Your thrown away items can be someone else's take-home. Here are a few tips mentioned to help you in reusing the old things. The first point is old jars. Old jars can be specially used in storing various items in the kitchen. We can also use these old jars in storing other various items like computer wires, hairpins, accessories, etc. The second point is old woods. Old and leftover woods can be stored and we can use it for bonfire or firewood at home during winter. The third point is old newspapers. Old newspapers can also be used in packaging old things to store. We can also use these old newspapers for wrapping things when we are moving from one place to another. The fourth point is old tires. Old tires can be best used as a swing, which is a favorite time pass for kids. The fifth point is old clothes. Most of us, after our clothes are tight or it doesn't fit us, we usually dump it or we either throw it away. So instead of doing it that way, we can donate it to poor kids just for charity purpose. The last point is old books. As we go on to higher classes, we tend to dump our old books. So instead of that, we can donate it to poor kids who are out there who are willing to study and fulfill their dreams. Thank you.
Recycling is the third stage of waste management process. Recycling is the process in which the dumping items are transformed into new items. You can also send your unused items to the recycling centers. It is vital that you are well aware of the things that can be recycled. Choosing the correct items is the very step in the process of recycling. You can go through the given mentioned point to get an idea about the process of recycling. Number 1. Try to buy an eco-friendly products from the market that is composed of recyclable materials. The leftover materials can be recycled easily after its uses. Number 2. As and when possible, try to buy non-toxic materials from the market so that it can be recycled without any hazardous effects. Number 3. Choose those items from the market that are made up of recycled materials. Number 4. You can also invent different ways from the end of recycling various items and products. Apart from these 3 R's of environment, reduce, reuse, and recycle, we study above, there are some other important types of R also present, such as 5 R's of conservation and 7 R's for sustainability. Thank you.